Hi Gemini, welcome to your career and money reading for November of 2019. It's a general reading and a collective reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, check out your moon and rising signs or another tarot reader, or just ask for guidance, because if you have a question, I know Spirit wants you to have the answer. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, show me clearly, what are these energies that Gemini are going to be navigating as it relates to career and money in the month of November? We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for guidance. We thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. And we thank you for love, light, and prosperity. Show us the energies Gemini will be navigating as it relates to career and money in the month of November. Okay, guys, see what you got going on. Truth, the waiting game, and fulfillment of wishes. This is exciting. Okay, we're going to find out what the clarifiers are. We're going to clarify with the Arcanum Tarot. And while I'm shuffling, I want to say thank you guys so much for the likes, the shares, the comments. We've grown our community to over 12,000 people, and I am so excited, and we're still growing, and I'm so excited about that. Your comments, phenomenal. The way you interact with each other and give encouragement, phenomenal. I am humbled to be a part of such a generous community. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you so much for showing us the energies that Gemini will be navigating as it relates to career and money for the month of November. Clarify for us, what's this truth, the waiting game, and the fulfillment of wishes? Clarify this for us, please. Okay, with truth. Being clarified with the Ten of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Queen of Cups. Wow. The waiting game, being clarified with the Five of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Empress. Fulfillment of wishes, being clarified with the Four of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. Okay, Gemini. Let's see what's going on here. We're starting with the truth. Okay, so there's some unarguable, is that a word? Like, you can't even argue with your truth anymore. It's become who you are, part of who you are, and part of what you want to accomplish and how you want to show up in the world, right? This is the same card as Judgment. Yes, Judgment. So, and what I love about this card is, it's like once she walks into her truth, her world balances out. You see those scales? We don't see anything on that scale over there, but these scales are balanced even though she's standing on this side. It's like her truth, understanding who she is, and this is not gender specific, but understanding who she is and deciding that this is how, it's like she rebirthed who she is, because she's decided this is how she wants to walk out her life. And it's very healing for her. It's like no more is she worrying about somebody else's approval. No more is she going to worry about those things that we worry about. It's healing, and it's like it bumps you up in, because for me, purple is about royalty, right? It's about like kings and queens and emperors and empresses and all the leaders. It's about the royalness within all of us, and it's like it's a healing feeling because we realize who we are and the power within each and every one of us. She found it by looking out of this little archway here into the cosmos. It's like the stars, her guides, her angels, it's like they have wrapped themselves over her so that she could understand her power, the love within her, and all that stuff. And it's part of this guiding light right here. And again, I see nothing on the other side, but the scales are balanced because she accepted her truth. She accepted this new birth of who she is within her. Very, very powerful. And even before she takes a step forward into the real world, she feels the abundance of exactly that. And the abundance follows when we feel that abundance, when we feel that feeling of royalty and understanding our power. This part, the coins come. They're coming. And if they're not here yet, they're on their way, because this feeling that you have of who you are, Gemini, it's incredible. This says that this is, I love this card so much. Whenever we're not sure, right? It's like we have to trust. We have to know that whenever it's time for us to take that next step, no matter how dark it seems out there, no matter how much we can't see what that next step is, right? This moon is telling me that you're willing to take that next step, knowing that when it's time for the next step, it's going to show up. You don't know the end. You can feel the end. You feel the end. You feel the end in all of your truth. Wow. Okay, so, excuse me. If you're listening on earphones, I am so sorry. I had somebody comment about that the other day, that it's really hard on your ears whenever I cough, and I apologize. I don't know what to do about that at this moment. Okay, so this right here, again, there's darkness all around. And whenever I say darkness, I don't mean evil or anything like that. I mean, I can't see the steps. I can't see every step I'm supposed to take to get to the next step. But I trust that when it's time, the next step presents itself, right? This is a very deeply emotional card because you feel it within you. You know within you, within the deepest part of yourself, that trust, that's your emotion. Trust, knowing that whenever that next step is necessary, you're going to see it, because this moon will have lit up the pathway. And I'm saying this moon, I'm saying your guides, your intuition is going to speak to you. They're going to speak to your angels, whoever it is you work with. They're going to give you that next step whenever it's time, and you know that. And you, oh wow, you have walked in with this truth to this feeling of unconditional love for yourself, for the people in your world, in your space, in your surroundings. And it's like your understanding of who you are radiates outside of you and offers other people the opportunity, just by being who you are. It offers others the opportunity, see this new life, to be who they are. Isn't that amazing? It's like you're giving them permission. Whenever we can be who we are and walk in the fullness of our truth, it gives other people the permission to do the same. It's incredible. And that's the generosity that you're bringing out whenever you walk in your truth, Gemini. Absolutely incredible. So you know the end, and you're trusting, right? But you feel a little bit like you're playing a waiting game right now. It's like, and we do this. It's our human nature. Okay, I'm ready. I'm doing it. Let's go to the next step. Let's do the next thing. But the timing is not lining up with your timing. It's like source, the angels, your creator, the guides. They're getting on board with you just yet. It's like they're not giving you that next step just yet. And then it even makes you feel like, hey, did I make a mistake? Am I being left out here? No. Remember this feeling. Remember this understanding that you have, right? Remember this feeling of the outcome. Don't let that go. Because that feeling of the outcome, that feeling, that deep emotional feeling about what this outcome is going to be is what brings it into your reality. So whenever we start to teeter a little bit during this waiting game, we start to teeter a little bit with this feeling of being left out in the cold, of possibly not having everything that we need or whatever, it starts to back up. It starts to put the car in reverse and back you up from your end result, from your goal. It takes away from this beautiful radiance. Whenever our heart is full, it's like we have an electromagnetic field. All of us do. People feel us before they see us. They can feel us. Okay, and so whenever we start to feel this way, it detracts from this of the truth that we know that we are. So take your thoughts captive, right? Take your thoughts captive and don't let them turn into, don't let them seep into your heart and make you feel displaced or disjointed, because then those feelings also radiate. So be patient with this waiting game. Map out what you know already, and then know that that next step is coming. This is a fool's journey. This is a fool's journey. People don't understand it. It's not logical. That's okay. That's okay. You know what you're doing, Gemini, and you're ready. Again, here's that. They want to remind you of that within you that is feeling so incredibly, I thought I was like way over on time, that makes you feel like you're ready to go. You're trusting, you're knowing that next step is going to be there. You know it's going to be there. Whenever it's time for you to take it, it's going to be there. And the reason that you are where you are right now, Gemini, is because you are, okay, so whenever we have an inspired idea, or whenever we finally understand who we are and walk in our truth, right? It's like we get birthed, we get impregnated with this desire, this inspiration, whatever it is, we're impregnated with it. And the reason we're impregnated with it is because we are the one to bring it to fruition, right? So, but with every pregnancy, there's a gestation period. The gestation period to birth a human is 9 months, or that's what they say. I really think it's 10 months, but it's 9 months. The normal gestation period is about 9 months. So perhaps, you've been going through this for about 9 months. Perhaps you're somewhere along that journey, wherever you are in this gestation period. Just know that it's going to be birthed, right? Because look at your last card. It's fulfillment of wishes. This is going to come to fruition for you. This is absolutely going to come to fruition for you, Gemini. And it's a matter of taking these feelings captive and not allowing them to permeate outside of you. Remembering, go back to the truth of how this all came about. What's your truth? How did it come about? How did it come to being? Focus on these feelings of the outcome. Yes, you might be in a waiting period right now, but the outcome is the same as what you saw whenever you initially started this, or when you initially got the inspired idea, whatever it was. The outcome is the same, right? And I know this is in the traditional tarot. Somebody might be out there saying, no, those aren't the same cards. No, they're not. The traditional tarot is the same as the 9 of Cups, right? Which is wish fulfillment. This is the outcome you saw, which is the 10 of Pentacles, which is generational kind of wealth, legacy kind of wealth. And wealth is more to do, It's got more to do with than just money, but money's also included. So this is saying this is your wish fulfillment. It is coming. This is the outcome, right? So be patient in this gestation period. Don't let that feeling go. Focus on that feeling and take these feelings captive. Because here's your outcome. And whenever you get to it, you're going to be able to rest. In the traditional tarot, and this is a tarot deck, but it shows the picture a little bit differently. It depicts it a little bit differently. In the traditional tarot, it's like the person is laying down and there's one sword under him and 3 left on the wall, right? So it's saying he has overcome an issue. But with this deck, look at this picture. All 4 swords are behind him. So during this waiting game, this is one of those swords that you're learning to overcome. The feelings of lack, the feelings of not having it yet, the feelings of whatever those feelings are. You are overcoming this. This is a time for you to overcome this mindset, this lack mentality, this idea that you're not worthy enough or whatever, that, yeah, it was a great idea, but obviously I'm not worthy enough. No, that's not true. So this is a time for you to overcome that. And when this all comes into fruition, when this energy comes into play, and I don't know if it's going to get here in November or if this is just for you to remember this energy during November and focus on that, because by the time you get there, you're not going to have just one sword beneath you, one spiritual understanding, one spiritual truth that you've learned. There's 4. They're all 4 behind him. And he's in rest and meditation, right? He is meditating peacefully and being grateful for the understanding that he's gained along the way. All 4 of those swords are behind him. Here's your 2 of Pentacles. It's going to be like you're going to, and he's very joyful. Look. And the seas behind him are smooth. In the traditional tarot, it's like one pentacle's way up there, one's way down here. He's trying to balance it, right? This card depicts somebody who is very joyful because he has balanced it. And his waters are way smoother than they ever were. So he's so talented at what he's doing, he can do it on one leg. Isn't that great? And he does it with a smile on his face. So the balance is there. The balance is part of that outcome. And of course, there's celebration. There's celebration not just with you, but with the people around you, with the people closest to you. It's like everybody's going to be in a place where they're not just celebrating you, but they're celebrating what you've accomplished and what you are able to, by following your guidance, by taking your thoughts captive and all of that stuff. They're celebrating what you're able to offer as far as, remember, we talked about this, how it radiates outside of you. They're celebrating that you have so much that you offer it to others too. And again, it could be just with your presence, just with you showing up and doing what it is that you know is your truth. It's worth celebrating because it helps other people along the way. Gemini, this is phenomenal. I can't wait to get this oracle message to go with it. This is something new that I'm adding to these readings. So we're going to ask God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, show us the oracle message that goes along with this reading for Gemini as it relates to career and money. In the month of November, it jumped out, and I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Because it jumped. Okay, 52, magical map shifter. I can't wait to see what this is about. Look at this. He's blindfolded, but look at all the stuff he's creating in his mind while he's blindfolded. Look at all of that. And in his hands, right at his solar plexus area, he's holding his heart, like he's allowing his heart to communicate with him. He's leading with his heart. I love this card. Okay, let's see. It's actually, no, it's not the last card in the book, but it's close to it. Okay, so Spirit celebrates everyone's destiny. Look at that. When the magical map shifter card arrives, it comes with a mission to make you aware of the people who come into your life to impact your personal growth. Perhaps you may meet a soulmate whose presence invites you to be the best you that you can be, or someone who leads you out of difficulty and into a place of safety or success. Pay attention to those individuals who cross your path today and cause you to reflect on your journey. Be awake and aware, and you'll recognize them for the important change agents they are. Your whole perspective about who you are and why you're here will shift. The magical map shifter always initiates you into a better version of yourself. Okay, so you've gotten that part right, but it looks like right now you're in this kind of, oh my gosh, is this really right? Did I get it right? All that stuff. So pay attention to what's going on around you, because you're going to have little signs that remind you exactly who you are and exactly what your journey is. Okay, oh, we got to do the PS. Gemini, this is a very exciting reading for you. I can't wait to hear in the comments exactly what is going on, because I know it's going to be a little bit different for everybody. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you for this message for Gemini as it relates to career and money. Show us clearly the PS. We thank you for clear and concise messages, confirmation, validation, and clarification, and we thank you for love, light, and prosperity. Show us the PS. There's that Empress. Look, you've been given this because you are the one to birth it. Period. Plain and simple. Go within, okay? Take these thoughts captive. Go within. Remind yourself of your light. Remind yourself of your truth. Remind yourself of who you are in and how you show up in the world, so that you can bring your light out. You're the alchemist. You can do this. You can transmute this energy, okay? This is not your card. This is the card of Aquarius, right? But this is the card of, it's the major arcana of wishes fulfilled for one, but it's also the alchemist. She takes and she transmutes energies. So this right here it's your responsibility to take those thoughts captive, Gemini. It's your responsibility to go in and remember the truth of who you are, transmute that energy of lack, and bring it back to this feeling that you had whenever all of this started, whatever it is. You're the alchemist of your life. Okay, Gemini, I'm so excited that you stopped in. I can't wait to see you next time, and until then, have a super duper day. Bye.